Hi everyone, welcome to The Golden Difference. I'm Elizabeth.
I am Danny Gerard. Hi.
I feel like this is the first segment. It's been forever.
I think it's our first time.
So bear with us.
So all you cool cats and cool kittens. Hey guys, what do you think about me going full Tiger King over here? Just shaving the beard up, going Tiger King. Huh? What are we feeling about that?
Sure.
Maybe grow out a mullet? No.
Guys, we have a couple of shout outs today.
Okay, first shout out, the best. Oh my gosh.
We wanted to open a pastry shop. Candy Delgado.
Oh my God, Boo. This is unbelievable. I mean, it is crazy. I'm trying not to destroy it so that we could show everyone like how absolutely beautiful it is. So I'm eating from the back over here. It is unbelievable.
And to tell you, Candy, he did not really want to share that whiskey cake we ate. But guys, Candy's makes the best.
Yeah. Stop chopping hair and let's start baking. This stuff is so good. This is a zucchini, but a pina colada zucchini bread, and
you're gonna make me fat.
Yes, it's not me this time. It is 100% Candy's fault. One other quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to my little buddy Gabby De La Rosa for hooking me up with Crown Royal Peach with some sweet tea. So good. So good.
Guys, this quarantine is a little out of hand here.
It's doing us well. We're living our best life right now.
Well, the best shout out though. I'm going to top it a little bit.
I know.
Guys, I didn't believe how the response of where are you? Where's your show? We're waiting. I know we took some time off.
Yep, sabbatical.
Guys, I have to admit, I have to be honest with you. This quarantine took me back. Like, people getting laid off of work, and then I started thinking about my small business, and I fell into a slight little depression. But someone here tells me, gosh, your faith in God is so strong. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the one thing is, it's easy to you start watching news, and even on social media, like it's just feeding you like negative, and it's just hitting you like waves of it. And then every person you talk to, they're feeling it. They're anxious. They're, nervous. They're scared. And, you just start kind of getting into like a cocoon where you're just like, oh my gosh, and then being quarantined at home, is tough in and of itself because in my lifetime, I've never been quarantined before, And
you have that active lifestyle that it does take you back. I think what bothered me or hurt me the most was the fact that we missed a lot of trips. We were going to go with the real estate industry, get part to Washington, and hear some really, really good, have some really good sessions, and to visit Washington, and that got shut out.
The one I was actually super sad about was to go to the Young Living convention in Salt Lake City, Utah, which I love.
Okay, guys, but the one that totally brought me down was you pay for your kids' college tuition for 4 years, that you want to go to that ceremony and watch them walk down the aisle with their cap and gown, and that ain't gonna happen. So I honestly think that of everything, that one took me back the most. And I'm so proud of my daughter that she's like, Mom, it's just a diploma, and we're safe and we're all together. And the most important is getting that diploma. And I still wanted to see my daughter walking down the aisle with a cap and gown. Yeah. So guys, and so then I started thinking about the high school seniors. They probably have it worse because they don't get to play the sports. Yeah. They lose out on maybe scholarships because they don't have the people out there watching them. So I stopped pitying myself because I'm sure there's others that have
I think too, like if you say you're a high school senior right now, you know, a lot of you have probably already been getting, you know, you're talking to universities and everything, usually, you know, from your freshman, sophomore, junior year and everything. But one of the deals, like I would tell you if I was in your shoes right this second, is, you know, get with your coaches, start pulling past films. You know, hopefully you're still working out. Hopefully you're still training. Yeah, the gyms are closed, but hopefully you're able to still be moving around and doing things. You know, keep working on your 40 time. Keep working on your strength. Keep working on, you know, and video. That's what, God, I would love, actually, I want to be 18 again. Because I would love to right now be able to have the ability to all the film, all the everything. You have so much digital cameras. You have your phone that like we're filming on right now that, you know, you have the ability. Take advantage of, you have time right now. You know, you could be reaching out to coaches, different universities where you want to play. The entire nation is in the same boat you are. So right now I would be so involved social media wise, getting in touch with coaches, getting in touch with, you know, future prospects and stuff like that. So that way you'd be able to push yourself up
past
there.
records too. So
Exactly.
you're already, if you're shining,
Guys,
you've got past that's shining.
Exactly. Do not like, that's the biggest thing. Like, you know, for me, that's the biggest thing. Business, sports, life, all of it, you know, is just, you can get so depressed, you can get down, you can get so inside yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's about like, how do I make this better? How do I turn this negative into a positive? How do I, you know, go out and like in our case, how are we able to still help people? How are we able to still, you know,
yeah.
show them the
So I
difference?
have to apologize because it's not his fault. It's my fault that I shut myself down, didn't want to do the show because I'm all about being positive and this is a help segment or this is informative segment and I didn't want to be here mopey. And so don't blame him, blame me.
It just took 2 weeks of comfort food, 3 meals a day, and finally
and
she's
5 pounds
back.
later.
Yeah.
And 5 pounds later. But no, you know, he just kept on, your faith is so strong. What's wrong with you? And he's right. God's never let me down.
Never.
You know, he's not going to give us more than we can handle. And so, oh my gosh, I was out of it like this. And again, I mean, you have to shut off the news because do they report right? I don't know. You know, do they exaggerate? Maybe. But
they're in the business of selling news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I do
more
believe
eyes that
that-
can watch it.
I do believe that we should, you know, stay home if we need to. Like if you absolutely need that grocery, then, you know, get it all in one shot. It broke my heart that my dad locks himself in his house, but I honor the fact that, I respect the fact that he is paranoid and doesn't want anything to happen. But it makes me sad that I can't go and hug my mom.
No.
But that brings me to
You
Danny.
can hug me.
Okay. But that brings me to the fact that Danny had always told me, go visit your mom, go visit your dad, go visit your family because you don't know how long.
Exactly.
And so this just kind of tells me, gosh, it's a wake-up call. I see my mom driving down the street. Mija, can you come outside because I'm driving because I don't want to come inside because your dad will get mad. Who does that?
No.
You know, but we found ways to connect with the family. And so like every night we get together and there's like 12 of us on this one Facebook chat where one person makes that call and then we all click on and we're all talking at the same time, but we're also excited that we're jumbling over each other. And I think Danny's way is better because when he's talking to his family, they use Zoom. So the one person that's talking pops up and then, you know, it fades back and forth.
You know, I mean, ultimately the big thing, you know, the takeaway of this part is, you know, just reconnect. You know what I mean? Like, I've talked to a bunch of old friends that, you know, I haven't talked to in a long time. You know, I've, you know, reached out to other fellow agents that honestly, like, you know, you always think like, oh, I'd love to talk to them. You know what I mean? Whatever. And you never
And you
make
don't
the time because oh, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that, you know. For me, this part, I've enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked multiple jobs my entire life. You know, since before I even went to college, I've always had a couple jobs. I've always done, you know, I've just worked. That's what I know how to do. That's what I bury myself in.
So he's taking it as a mini vacation / chef time.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, I've had so much fun. I mean, you know, I know a lot of you have seen like a lot of my crazy food that I'm making, but you know, to be honest, I haven't had time to cook in over 10 years, you know, where I take time, we eat out all the time.
And we have not, we've taken out twice. In the 3 weeks. We've taken out twice.
Which, you know what I mean? Like, I feel bad about, because, you know, I know like the service industry, the restaurants and everything, it's hitting them tough too. You know, this is, you know, I was reading some stuff the other day, and I was watching, and you know, people that are fighting it. Oh my gosh, this is just a conspiracy. This is this, whatever. But honestly, like, you know,
focus on yourself.
People are dying.
Yeah.
Do the best you can to be able to, you know, take this time. Like, we had a meeting earlier today with the agents. Take this time to, you know, learn something, to work on something, to, you know, enhance what it is that you do every day as in your business. Well, this is a time to like take a step back and be like, you know, I could be better at this. I could do this. I could, you know what I mean? And really like work on it.
For over a year now, you guys, a lot of you know that I'm doing the Young Living Essential Oils. And I would always say, gosh, if I had time, I would spend more time working on my oils, and gosh, God gave me this time. And so he's like, what is wrong with you? You always talk about, I want more time to read, I want more time for oils, I want more time to do, you know, household chores. And he goes, it's handed to you on a silver platter, get out and do it. And for those of you guys, I have started my Young Living oil videos. I try to do one a day, and I talk about one particular oil because it is something that I love to do. And it, you know, you have to take things into perspective. And this was a kick that you ask for time, here's your time.
No.
And
be careful what you ask for. God will provide, you know.
And then every night we start working on a puzzle. And
this girl
I drive him nuts.
bought a 1,000 piece jigsaw puzzle that is the hardest.
To help me.
It is the most difficult jigsaw puzzle I've ever. Like, the colors are crazy, man.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna post it because we're gonna finish it at some point in our next 120 days of quarantine.
And then there's only so many times you can mop the floor on one day. I come in and he's like, again?
Yeah,
I'm like, you literally can eat off my floors.
Craziness.
I'm scrubbing with a toothbrush, the grout.
Cinderella's getting carried away over here.
But guys, I'm going nuts. He goes to the office and does office work, but I literally have left the house maybe 2 or 3 times in this whole
quarantine time.
Yeah, quarantine time.
Hey, you know, and like one of the things I tell her is like, you know, we have a beautiful backyard. You know, that's one of the things that, you know, we're super blessed. And, you know, I've spent years and a lot of hard work to make sure that the yard looks awesome. Yeah. So, you know, I'm like, go outside, get some sun. You know, vitamin D is so good for you. It's good for your immunity. It's good for your thing. But our little vampire here likes her house to be super dark, you know? But like, this is a great time where like, go outside, you know, like I make a nice cup of coffee every morning. I go outside, I play with the doggies, I, you know, mess around outside, and then come in and make one of the 5 meals that I make for her every day.
I annoy him. So, I mean, you're seeing these memes out there of like hashtag, you don't see them anymore, the hashtag blessed. This is a great relationship.
Love her so much, so blessed.
But honestly, I actually feel closer to you now because of this, because we talk more, we spend more time together, we literally sit down together to eat, we work on the puzzles together. I try to get in the kitchen to dabble, but he doesn't let me. But I told
her after quarantine, then she can go back to cooking and doing everything.
Guys, I need to be in the kitchen because I'm up 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm up 5 pounds. And you know, I do need to snap out of this not wanting to work out. I'll do it every now and then, but I mean, it'll come in
we
time.
have Peloton and Beachbody. We have everything available to this beautiful young lady.
I say I never liked the gym, and now I miss the gym. So go figure.
We always want what we can't have.
Exactly. But, you know, we're here to help you. If there's something that you need to just vent and talk out, reach out. I mean, I don't know if we have the answers, but we can figure something out.
Sometimes it's just talking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, a few of the people that I've had the pleasure of talking to over these last couple of weeks, honestly, I think they feel better after we finish talking. And honestly, I feel better talking to them. You know what I mean? Like, it's something, I tell you, there's so many people I've got to watch. I mean, some of you guys are doing a great job, you know what I mean, with your podcast, and you guys are doing videos and all this different stuff. And, you know, it's been so much fun to watch you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I have to tell you, there's two people that I'm admiring right now. And Nick Haggerty, your son. Okay, you too.
Yeah.
But your
Nick
son,
also.
he's my hero.
Yeah.
So Nick,
you're my hero.
Nick, keep up whatever you're doing with your kid, because honestly, that's where we should start. Is we should start when they're small, so that they develop that that eating right schedule, or that working out. And so, Nick, I hand it to you. I enjoy watching your little son make you look bad.
Yeah. You're a beautiful bald man. I just want you to know that.
And I know there was somebody that you are watching and admire.
Well, Jorge, you know what I mean? Like,
he did a
great job. I'm not sure if that was his first podcast yesterday or what it was, but you know, he's doing fantastic. You know, honestly, I love it. You know,
I had someone else, and now I
Z,
lost mine.
one of our old customers, Z, she is cooking some amazing meals. I love seeing that.
And I think since she was one of the ones that got laid off, she's actually selling her meals, and her meals are like.
Oh my gosh, dude.
So Z, you're out there.
Yeah.
Start posting what you're selling, girl, because we'll share it. Because today, what you made today, I'm like, seriously?
Yeah,
You're showing me this, and then you're not offering it? But
no, she's doing an amazing job. But you know, honestly, there's so many of you guys that are doing good. We're having like a fun little thing, my family side, and it's called Gerard Family Cooks, # Gerard Family Cooks. And you know, we're all trying to outdo each other on what each other's making every day, and you know what I mean, winning right here. But
of course,
you know, like it's awesome. You know what I mean? Like watching my dad cook some meals, my mom's making these crazy desserts. My one sister Amanda, she's making these amazing but super healthy. So I don't think that gets as many points as comfort food. Maybe, no, probably not. So, but there, you know what I mean? It's fun. Like there's so many ways that you guys, that we can connect with family, and you know, like doing these fun little challenges and creating your own hashtag that, you know, you start doing these things.
And then I had one of my agents, which I'm sure everybody knows and sees all the time, but Martin Diaz is out there, and he literally has a tip of the day every single day. And sometimes they just crack me up because he's silly.
Yeah.
You know? But
love that dude.
Yeah. And you know what? That's what we need. We need positivity. We need creativity. And just post your stuff of what you're doing with your kids, because you know, somebody gave us the idea of the puzzle. My friend did a 2,000 piece.
That is,
Caesar. You can thank Caesar and his wife.
I'm not thanking you.
2,000 piece, and they finished 1 week. And look at this, we're not even halfway done. But there's another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. There's a lot of websites out there that are helping people.
Yeah.
If you don't have your job, or you're missing a paycheck. I know a lot of people have filed unemployment and they're trying to work it. I see that a lot of people got their stimulus check. It makes me happy. But there's website on Texas, you know, Texas pages, and there's website. I can't think of them right now.
We'll post some of them, and so that way, you know, like everyone
Paycheck
can see
protection,
it. You know, different things like that.
Your independent contractors. there's funds out there, and you're at home and you're not doing anything. Get onto the website or get onto material that you can find that'll help you. But just be careful, because there are a lot of mortgage notes that say forbearance, and forbearance is not forgiven.
Yeah.
And you don't want to go 3 months without making a payment, and then month 4 they spring all payments and the next one due, and then you can't do that. So just read the fine print. You have time. Don't.
But
throw yourself into
also
it.
too, like, I would touch base with your mortgage company, touch base with your credit card companies, your automobile companies. A lot of them, you have a deal where you may only have to pay interest and not, any kind of, principal. There's a lot of things, like, yes, you may still be getting your paycheck, but honestly, this is probably going to be a little bit longer than what we are all wishing it would be or anticipating.
Yeah.
So it's good to plan early, like already, and then that way you can save some of that money. Not going and buying a bunch of crazy stuff or hoarding or doing like all these different things. There's so much of that, like really, save your money, like start, one of my buddies, Matt Rice, was posting today about Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is awesome. You know what I mean? Like, he is so good about like getting your finances right and money right and everything. He's a great one to listen to. He has podcasts. He has shows on, YouTube. You can check him out.
I honestly think that
positivity.
my mom talked to Dave Ramsey, because everything that Dave Ramsey said, my mom does.
Yeah.
And she taught me. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this since I was little.
Yeah.
And he does have good points. And it has brought me to the point where, I can take a few months hit. But again, there's, like last night, Allstate had an app or something that if you logged on, I'm getting 15% back. So, I mean, it's a little amount, but you know what? That can buy groceries.
All those little amounts are, they're adding up.
Yeah.
Someone I was just thinking about too, like, Russell Harper has done a great job, like posting his cooking videos and, some of his restaurants and everything. Guys, support each other.
Yeah.
Like, support, we're all in this thing together. Like, that's the thing that kind of like annoys me, and why, like, I post something and then I kind of just walk away and I don't stay on any of the social media, is, like, people getting angry at each other and fighting and different things like that. Like,
or criticizing
or being ugly, or, you know what I mean?
Or
like,
if you don't have anything to say, again,
Yeah.
I was always taught, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Exactly.
Why hurt that person? Or if you feel that whatever they're posting is wrong, call them personally and say, look, I think what you posted isn't appropriate or isn't right. And then let that person make that decision. But then you post something negative, and then there goes the whole negative feed. And honestly, who are you hurting? You know? So be kind to one another. Love one another. And if there's somebody that is out there that's hurting, lift them up.
Be a friend.
Be a friend.
I mean, be human. Be, like, that to me is, like, I started a new company 10 days before this whole thing started. You talk about someone that should be like absolutely freaking out and losing their mind right now. You know what? Marathon. I look at it, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to, lose my mind. I'm going to help the people I can help. I'm going to be there for the people that I can be there for. And, eventually we'll get back on track and we'll get going. In the meantime, I'm going to chef it up, and then I'm going to landscape it.
And I want you guys to know that you that are watching, and then you guys know who's texted me and who's told us, come back. You guys have lifted me. And I owe you a lot. So guys, again, have a great evening. Enjoy your loved ones. And take care of one another.
Yeah, and we love you so much, guys. Like, just super happy. This bread is so damn good. I've eaten it the entire time. I just want to tell you.
And I have to stop because dinner's next. Dinner's next,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I'm sure you guys see what we're gonna eat.
We're going to have a salad and fruit plate.
So we won't leave you we won't leave you. We'll be here next week. And thanks for your patience. And again, I love you guys for the ones that text me and said, get your butt back onto the series. I love you, and you guys will never know how much that means to me. But have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.
And Carol Baskins killed her husband.
I think I wasted 7 hours of my life. I know I did. I can't